The pot calls the kettle black, calls the kettle burnt, calls her mad. Kettle reminds the pot that we both been burned on the same stove, that the parts of our bodies that are layered in soot were scorched by the same hands. Kettle tells pot that she still boils water, holds the hot breath of a white man's tongue, endures the slow simmer of a white woman's allyship, and still, we make something beautiful. Pot calls the kettle wicked, and kettle says no, but says she's so magical she burned the hand of the last man who tried to pour himself a piece of her. Says she's so black she is everything, so black she is the beginning. She is the first thing someone finds home in when they wake up in the morning. Says ain't that what it means to be black? To have the world go up in flames around you and still be sanctuary for someone, saving men who lost themselves the night before, saving men who curse our names but forget his mama is made of steel too. And now the pot has no words but calls the kettle bitter, but loves the glass pan, the fine china, loves all the exotic shit white men put behind glass casings, loves how fragile things not made of steel can be. But this isn't about the pot or the pan. This is about the kettle, the black woman, how she pours herself across the earth, but no one bats an eye when the water disappears. We give ourselves to men who never love us, but they say we are difficult, too hard to break. How we, the kettle, praise this pot, this man for all the water he holds. How we are the only ones who do not call him monster when the water boils over, because we know this heat, this white flame, hot enough to make any of us explode. We are the first ones to make noise when the world goes up in flames, but they say the earth was saved by the man who heard her scream. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says yes, but says you best remember you black too. The next time they bring a fire to your neck, they burn black bodies on the stake and the stove. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says bitch I might be, says knock if you buck, then says wipe me down. Kettle says yes my nigga, I be black, I be mad, and I boiled the last man down to his bones when he tried to test me. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says hell yes. But don't say my name as if you ain't ever been burnt too.
All right, we're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it going.
Hear me out. I have a very controversial thought. And a lot of people going to come for me, call me, pick me, like, okay, whatever.
This is going to be
If more women were to be introduced to a brick to the face whenever they act out of pocket, less women will act out of pocket.
What?
If more women were to be introduced to a brick to the face whenever they act out of pocket, less women will act out of pocket.
Get your food! If you say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out. Oh my grandma, say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out.
If more women were to be introduced to a brick to the face whenever they act out of pocket, less women will act out of pocket.
We are going to begin this evening with a vicious attack that again raises questions about the criminal justice system.
If more women were to be introduced to a brick to the face whenever they act out of pocket, less women will act out of pocket. But because we know that we are covered by this societal norm that men shouldn't hit women, we feel as though we can provoke men. We can talk any kind of way. We can throw things at men. Look at Brittany Renner the other day, y'all. If this whole societal norm that men shouldn't hit women weren't around and Brittany had thrown that water on the guy and she knew the consequences of that would have been a nice solid brick or fist to the face, I bet she wouldn't do it.
6:14 now. New disturbing details emerging this morning in the deadly shooting of a woman who police say was killed by a former University of Alabama basketball player.
If more women were to be introduced to a brick to the face whenever they act out of pocket, less women will act out of pocket.
Mother, DeCarla Cotton, a man approached her daughter and started flirting with her at the restaurant. Harris declined his advances, causing an altercation. Cotton says as her daughter and her boyfriend were leaving, a man shot multiple times into their vehicle. Harris's boyfriend fired back in defense. Authorities say Miles, along with the second suspect, are both charged with capital murder.
but we walk around protected so we can be unruly, we can be uncivilized. But if more men were supposed to say, you know what, forget that, fist for fist, if you hit me, expect this fist or brick.
Adios.
Vaya preso porque ahorita voy con
Adios. Adios.
If more women were to be introduced to a brick to the face whenever they act out of pocket, less women will act out of pocket. If more women were to be introduced to a brick to the face whenever they act out of pocket, less women will act out of pocket.
So let me pause it right there for a minute. Go back to Shanti.
Hear me out. I have a very
She's inciting violence against Black women, plain and simple. That I don't condone violence, I condone consequences. It's saying I don't condone violence, but I condone violence. That's what it's saying. This is pretty disgusting, and I wanted to preface this video with the main part of this with this video. I'm not expecting a whole lot of people to be on because everybody usually expects me to be on much later. So I appreciate those for showing up who do. But this, I just felt it was important enough for me to do a short live on what you're about to see coming up soon. Let me move forward here away from Shantae and go with Angelina right here.
Let's talk about this Rose situation. A woman gets hit in the face with a brick because she refuses to give a man her phone number. Now, later she's in the hospital. I think she's in the hospital, and she does this whole video of explaining her heartbreak at the fact that there were men around who actually just didn't do anything. They just stood by and watched. Check it out.
Face with a brick and all these Black men just
Hello, Tomas and Alexander. Welcome.
Yeah, that's not it. Hit me and grabbed a rock and it hit me in my face and I would have given him my number. And all y'all just watch. What y'all see it? What y'all see it? What y'all do? I want y'all to be a man. I want y'all to be a man and put this on this. Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face. Have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this? I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men and was like, "What you gonna do?"
That's how barbaric our culture is becoming. It's like when, as soon as a dude picked up the brick, somebody should have said something. And they did nothing. It's almost like they wanted it to happen.
And I told all these men, like, "Yo, why is this man gonna?"
And then what's funny, and I have a live coming up on it, these same men will be the same ones who will say that, well, you know, we only protect our family, or, you know, while other cultures don't say that, by the way, you know, and you know, yeah, we messed up the neighborhood and we messed up the community, but no, you gotta pay, you know, for protection with submission. That's what they're saying. That's basically what they're saying. Bunch of vultures, in my opinion.
Brick on my face, and he's holding a brick, and all these niggas is watching, and
So
nobody.
he was. The thing is this: it's not like it was instant. Again, I need to make it clear. He was wielding the brick first before hitting her with it, and no one said nothing. That's some barbaric shit. That's all we have to offer. Welcome, Sassafras. That's all we have to offer? I mean, think about it, fellas. Think about how bad that makes us look. It makes us look horrible because other cultures don't do that. At the very least, they would have yelled, "Stop! Stop it! Police! Police!" That's barbaric. Let me keep it going.
He does nothing. And he hits me in my face and then all just want to. And they let that nigga get in a corner. How is this okay? This is what y'all doing to women?
You know what's funny is like you guys can, defend your point of view, but y'all have no problem defending each other. Men have no problem defending each other. Have you seen those videos like on rap beefs and how they go back and forth deleting each other in the name of some guy? So one bandit deletes another bandit, then other bandits delete the other bandit, and then other bandits, and it keeps going. Right? No problem with that. No problem with defending your fallen, bandit, whatever, right? But when it comes to defending a woman, which is one of the core values of being a man, by the way, at least in every other culture, maybe not ours anymore. Can't even call 911. Doesn't even tell the guy to drop a brick. Maybe because bandits know how dangerous bandits are. That's the only excuse I know. That bandits know that we are so volatile that we will literally we're too scared. We know that gunslinging is next, which tells us if we have all these problems as men, then why are we not trying to solve those problems first before even complaining about women? I mean, what good is being a man if you're not being one? Yeah. So I'm surprised you're right. We will swim across a canal to defend a security guard. But when it comes to a black woman, I wonder if the security guard was a black woman, would that guy have went to swimming? I don't know. That's kind of weird. That is really weird. Let me keep going here. I'm gonna keep it going. Here we go.
Social media's response to this was mixed, but with the majority of it being men saying that he either wasn't prepared to protect someone who's a stranger, women weren't entitled to protection at all, or that this woman in particular wasn't worthy of protection or wasn't entitled to protection because she didn't act right. That whole, she wasn't a perfect victim, therefore she deserved everything that she got. She didn't respond in the perfect way, therefore she asked for it type trope. Now, anybody following me knows I cannot stand this kind of, this way of thinking. The level of aggression, physically, psychologically, and in any sort of way that we're faced with when it comes to this type of situation, how can I say? That level of aggression can be responded to in 1,000 different ways. And just because that woman doesn't respond in the way that you think that she should respond to be eligible to be a victim, doesn't mean that she's not a victim. Doesn't mean that she deserved what she got. And I resent this message being spread through social media. Honestly, it really grinds my gears. But anyway, back to what I was saying. One video in particular stood out to me. And this one was done by a woman. And it was triggering for a number of reasons, because on the surface, it sounds like what she's saying is acceptable, but in reality, it's actually severely problematic on so many levels. But before I get into that, before I get into breaking it down, take a look at the video.
In regards to Black women not being protected,
Again, let's pause it right there, because what this woman says is ridiculous. This is not going to be a long live. We're going to get right into it. So let's go into this one right here.
So apparently, the man who assaulted Roe outed himself. Yeah, he went on a podcast and he's bragging about the assault. And it's interesting to me because all of you detectives doing all of your detective work couldn't find a motherfucker who wanted to be found. Okay, well, look, ladies, I got his image. I know what he looks like. I know his name, Orland F. Douglas. Let's go ahead and make him as famous as motherfuckers have made Roe using her victimization to get them fame. Let's go ahead and make him famous.
I am not saying this is him, but I'm just saying this is a video stating that it could be him. I'm just making that statement so everybody knows. This is coming from Curious Cooper. And let's keep it going.
Oh, and also, I don't know if y'all know, but the comedian Godfrey is on his TikTok harassing, making jokes, and threatening assault against this victim. I got the clips. They're coming. Keep watching. I cannot believe this shit.
Asked me for my number. I said no, and he
Yeah, I'd like to say that in my opinion about Godfrey is he's a piece of shit, but let's keep it going anyway. That's just my opinion, though. I'm not saying he is one, because factually he isn't.
picked up a brick.
She's a horrible human being. And in blaming Black men, we already have enough problems. Why would
we do have enough problems, and we're causing it on our own, ourselves. Let's keep it going.
create this? There's this whole thing that Black women don't need men, and Black men are tired of Black.
Look at this pot-bellied idiot right here. Bang, man, bang, bang. Look like he's some kind of Cain. Oh my God. Welcome, Cyber Dreams. That's a surprise in the house. Alexander.
Black women. I think it's all propaganda. This is all. Yeah. This is propagated by this. Paid for it. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, clearly she got 41 grand for pulling this before. Yeah, she's a fucking cunt. She's a.
Did you hear what he called her? Yeah, he said that. He went there. If you're subscribed to this dude, you probably want to consider otherwise.
Lying and taking people's money, fuck you, and then blaming Black men and putting us in trouble. I would have
putting us in trouble. I have to stop it right there for a minute. Hold on. I want to show you what putting us in trouble is. Give me a minute. I got to bring that up. I wasn't even going to do this, but so please bear with me while I bring up these clips. I want you to see what putting us in trouble looks like. Let me start. Yeah. Let me show you what putting us in trouble is about. Where are we here? Yeah, here we go. Let's start with this one.
Of murder after an alleged crime spree goes viral make their first appearance in adult court. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Denise Valdez.
And I'm Brian Loftus. 8 News Now investigator Vanessa Murphy was there. Has more on this case along with never before heard details.
Denise and Brian, I've learned Jesus Ayala, the accused driver, appeared to show no remorse when he was taken into custody, even referring to the hit and run and telling an officer he'll get a slap on the wrist since he's in the juvenile system. As we've reported, he has a lengthy criminal history there, but he's not in the juvenile system anymore.
Jesus Ayala.
Jesus Ayala appearing in adult court for the first time Thursday, facing 18 charges, including murder.
The court does find probable cause for your arrest in this case.
His co-defendant, Jameer Keys, facing 3 charges, also including murder. The teens are accused of killing retired police chief Andy Probst, intentionally hitting him as he rode his bicycle in a designated bike lane. Ayala, the accused driver. Keys, the accused passenger who recorded this video. Metro Police say this was the 3rd hit and run during their crime spree on August 14th. They're accused of hitting another cyclist earlier that morning, a 72-year-old man who survived. The 8 News Now investigators confirming all 3 hit and runs are on video. Police say the teens also stole 4 cars that day. Ayala, 17 at the time, now 18. Keys, 16 years old.
Do you believe these teens should remain in custody, and what do you think is an appropriate bail amount for each of them?
Determination of whether somebody should remain in custody is based upon whether they're a flight risk or danger to the community. Okay? I believe they're potentially both. They have certainly proved that they are dangerous.
Clark County District Attorney Steve Wolfson also explaining how his office will work to prosecute both teens for murder.
Well, under law in Nevada and most...
Stop that. Go to another problem that black men have. Here we go. Check this one out.
An altercation at a gas station escalates to shots fired. After 2 suspects opened fire on an individual at a gas station, local law enforcement turned to Sentry Force for answers. In addition to providing footage of the shooting, our video investigation team captured the suspect's license plate and even identified an accomplice vehicle.
How about this problem right here?
Yell against all lies. Everything I do.
Keep watching. Let's keep going.
A California rapper found unalive in a black barrel on Malibu Lagoon Beach who might have had a connection in killing rapper Pop Smoke. That happened in 2020 when a group of armed men broke into an Airbnb out in LA hoping to rob the rapper Pop Smoke, but sadly, they took his life. A barrel that seemed like toxic waste that was floating along the shorelines for days unfolded a murder.
The barrel was first spotted on Sunday, but it was not until Monday morning that it was brought to shore and opened.
On Monday, July 31st, 2023, at 10:09 a.m., a Malagoon Lagoon Beach employee decided to investigate a floating barrel that had caught their attention the previous day. The barrel was found floating in the water and appeared to contain toxic waste that had been washed up with the tides. As a precaution, the beach was closed off to keep onlookers at a safe distance, but people eagerly waited to find out what was hidden inside.
Officials say lifeguards pulled it to shore, thinking it was hazardous material, but when they opened it, they discovered the corpse inside.
So it's a first for me.
Using a kayak, the employees brought the barrel to the shore without opening it, suspecting that the water was adding to its weight. They stated that there were no signs of a body inside the barrel, such as bloodstains or evidence of violence.
But it was not until Monday morning that it was brought to shore and opened.
The police and LA County medical investigators arrived at the location to examine the barrel. They were taken aback when they opened it and found an unclothed body inside. The body belonged to a black male, showed no signs of decomposition, indicating that it had not been in the plastic barrel for a long period of time.
A man whose body was found inside a barrel floating in the waters off Malibu Lagoon State Beach.
The medical investigators discovered that the body belonged to Javonta Murphy, who met an unfortunate end from a single gunshot wound to the head. The authorities are currently investigating Javonta's case and suspect that he may have been killed elsewhere before being placed in the barrel.
So let me pause that. So that's basically the problem that I guess this idiot here is talking about. But notice how we reroute the issue to be about Black women. Listen to this.
Lying and taking people's money. Fuck you. And then blaming Black men and putting us in trouble. I would have
we put ourselves in trouble. I just showed you proof that we put ourselves in trouble. That's why this dude right here is a lowlife and a piece of crap. That's why he's a lowlife and a piece of crap. And you're gonna see why he's gonna look stupid. I looked for the videos of this. I couldn't find it.
Side kicked you in the back. You would have been. She would have been crying with a hump on her back. Why did you do this to me? It was me. She slapped me, and then I Bruce Lee in Return of the Dragon kicked her in her spine. I fucking said, "You have disrespected me, my family, and the Shaolin Temple."
Well, this is not a good look, fellas. It really isn't. You expect to be respected, and you say shit like this. Nah, not gonna happen.
Literally, a man asked me for my note. Women are just so privileged with a lot of things. We don't realize simple concept. Like, for example, when a man is telling us to chill, that is a form of.
Now, I just played videos of how emotional us Black men can get. And this foreigner is telling us about women having trouble with, basically she's saying logic. I don't know where she thinks she is.
Protection.
This man approached me and was asking for my phone number and, calling me all these names.
A Nashville woman says she was terrified when a man started destroying her car after she turned down his advances.
When a man say, hey, don't wear that, don't go there, don't engage in certain conversation or certain
That's just my point. My point is this. If we were to measure civilization, right, on who's more civilized than the other, Black women are not only more civilized than Black men, but by a large amount. And this illusion, and we saw that last night while watching the Lapeef show with Lapeef show with Princella on as a guest. We saw how delusional and stupid those men were. They literally are acting like as if everything's good in our hood. But you notice what was going on. I mean, if you saw it, okay, and that's our problem. Why are we so? We can fix our problem, but we need to speed up this delusional process. So now I'm going to get to the good stuff. Listen to this. Here we go.
Now, shout out to Centered in Self-Love because they had posted some screenshots from Row Reports.
Wait, I'm going to pause it for a second because I want to turn it up. I want to make sure everybody hears it. So apparently, they found Brick Dude. And I'm saying apparently because who knows? This is an internet clip. Here we go.
Now, shout out to Centered in Self-Love because they had posted some screenshots from Row Reports in regard to the man identifying himself as the person who hit her with the brick.
Now, according to Road Reports, this is the man who hit her with the brick. He went on a podcast, and let me show you the podcast that he went on. According to Road Reports, he went on a podcast on Clubhouse called Little Woke Show, and an exclusive interview stating that, yeah.
Let me see if Little Woke Show, I know it's a long shot, but let me see if I can find it real quick. Hold on one second. Welcome, Cyber.
Welcome. I'm cooking. How I sound?
You sound fine. Sound good.
I think these headphones not that good. I sound better on the phone. But I'm gonna work with it.
Yeah, I was just shopping for a mic today.
Yeah, I gotta get a mic. I wasn't expecting to invest in this shit like that, but I am.
We'll talk about that later. So anyway, let's hear this part. I'm gonna bring it up. Here we go.
And so the man from the Brick Gate incident has been identified, and his name is Olin Fitzgerald. Now, Rhoda's going off on the Instagram saying vindication, X, Y, and Z. She said that she wasn't going to say the man's name because she didn't want to impede on the investigation, but he decided to do the Clubhouse interview and identify himself. So, yeah, dude was talking to a guy named Lil Woke, the Lil Woke Show on the Clubhouse, and he spoke about the situation, said what he could. Rhoda basically said he snitched on himself. He's saying, I ain't snitched on myself. So we're going to let you hear what he has to say in the Clubhouse interview, and then I'm going to let y'all hear what Rhoda said.
Miss RV.
Also, she has some text messages also confirming this guy's identity.
There's no story to tell, boss. This is not how I would never negotiate. I'm not sitting on.
No, it's not a negotiation. No, we're not negotiating.
No, I'm saying I don't. Who does shit like that? This is something like this is a viral thing. Why would I sit on here? And then number one, it wouldn't make sense for me. I'm just interested about the information that you share with me, and I'm interested in everyone else's opinion. So that's it.
So wait a minute. How did anybody know that you were the man from the viral video?
Hold on, I just explained that. I explained that before. But does anybody have any other questions aside from that one?
Yeah, how? Because it seems that Mike, from what I'm hearing, and correct me if I'm wrong, like you seem to be like confident that she did not get hit with a brick by anybody, right? Now we established that you didn't do it, obviously, but like, what makes you rule out the possibility maybe somebody else did, and we need to go find that culprit?
Yo, OTH, before you even answer that, I want to pin this to the top, right? And this is me being curious, right? Reading this article, right? Because you say you stay in Houston, right?
Yep.
So this is from Fox 35, right? Orlando. Woman hit in the face with a brick in Houston, says man attacked her for not giving him her number, right? You say you stay in Houston. Now, me with my logical.
Okay. Welcome, Bridget. Welcome, Miss RV. Welcome, Tomas. Welcome, Prism. Right now, you're listening to an interview they're giving the Brick Man.
Command, right? The day that lady gave me your name, right? I don't know if you lived in Houston or not.
Right. So I get what you're saying.
No. Wait. Hold on. Let me finish, bro. Let me finish. I'm not pinning you to that. I'm just saying that the fact that you live in Houston, it happened in Houston, and then she mentioned your name of all people to mention in the world. Or people that live in Texas, bro. Texas is a big ass state, bro. So everybody in Houston, there's mad black men in Houston. You of all people. So I'm like, all right, it could be a narrative, it could be a play. So I can't.
Is he denying it or no?
Right, and now we're here, and I'm telling you, all right, you got.
I'm not sure. He said.
This sounds like a whole bunch of circle talk to me.
Yeah. Let's see where this goes.
The chance to get the business cleared.
Right.
But like the thing is, right, what I'm seeing on social media is that she got hit in the face in the brick in Houston. You live in Houston, and she mentioned your name. So that's the connection. That's why, I'm so curious about this. This is why I'm interested now, because there's a connection, something connected. You in Houston, she was in Houston when she got hit with a brick.
Wait a minute. I just heard a fire alarm chirp, a battery chirp. Interesting.
Right?
In a guy's place.
And then she mentioned your name of all people. How does she know you? Right? You don't even have much followers on Instagram. You're not lit like that. You were busy. You in Houston. She was in Houston when she got hit with a brick. Right? And then she mentioned your name of all people. How does she know you? Right? You don't even have much followers on Instagram. You're not lit like that. You a businessman. You're doing your own thing. You're not a social media nigga. Cool. But the fact that you're not a social media nigga, but a bunch of other social media niggas mentioned you is crazy to me. That's where I'm getting at. And I'm trying to figure out, like, am I in a twilight zone? Is there a paradox? Something is missing here. I don't know what it is, but something is missing. I don't know. I feel like we're not getting the whole thing.
I would agree, but I can't speak more about that. But nah, I mean, I agree with you. It sounds you're not getting the whole thing.
So you swung the brick, but you see the fifth.
I've never hit nobody with no brick, boss. You sound crazy.
You know what's so crazy about what's so good about the internet too, my guy? Is that the immediate privilege to get access to information.
All right.
And then Wokes looks your information up. Why would she mention your name? Why would she sit there and try to do anything? She could go to jail for that.
Yeah, that's a fact too, bro. Like, listen, if this is a lie and this is a play, bro, you can press charges and you can sue and you can get 40 grand too or more for her lying, bro. You can counter sue. And that's what I'm trying to say, bro. Like, if this Somali girl is out here lying on your name, bro, go ahead and counter sue, bro. You're a Black American, bro. You're Black. Don't let no Somali come in here and try to make money in America or for your name. Get your lick back. You know what I'm saying? Get your lick back. If you didn't do it and this is a narrative, fight back. We encourage you to fight back. We ain't gonna, spin a narrative on you. If you didn't do this shit, bro, and you're being truly framed on some Tory Lane shit, then fight back. Yo, this might be a Tory Lane's Meg Thee Stallion situation, and repeat. The only difference is it's not a
Tory Lanez went to prison. He's going to prison for what, 8 to 10 years? They're
Tory
trying
Lanez
to
was
give him
found guilty by his peers.
Yeah. So, and it's funny, they're trying to give him an out, but notice how he's not really taking the out. He's not saying, he's not clarifying himself. Let's put it that way.
bullet, it's a brick. Because you said, oh shit, I didn't hit her with the brick. I don't think she got hit with a brick. Just like how Tory said, I don't think she got shot in the foot. So yeah.
How do you, this guy is on here. What's this little woke show? Okay. The woman, let's go back. This is Tory Lanez. The woman has a hole in her foot. They can see that she's limping. Okay. Meg Thee Stallion is limping, right? And there's obviously a medical record that this woman, notice how delusional bandits can be. This is very important. This is more important than really the actual incident. Meg Thee Stallion had to get medical attention. There were police around. Okay? And this guy, listen to him.
And also, there are witnesses in her case as well.
Listen, yeah, exactly. Listen.
The only difference is it's not a bullet, it's a brick. Because you said, oh shit, narrative on you. If you didn't do this shit, bro, and you're being truly framed on some Tory Lane shit, then fight back. Yo, this might.
I can't believe people don't look at facts.
Be a Tory Lane's Meg Thee Stallion situation, and repeat. The only difference is it's not a bullet, it's a brick. Because you said, oh shit, I didn't hit her with the brick. I don't think she got hit with a brick. Just like how Tory said, I don't think she got shot in the foot. So,
but
he did this. He did shoot a firearm at her. See, they're skipping over. They're trying to cherry pick situations to justify their behavior.
Right.
This is I don't know what to say about this. I'm going to listen to see, because he's not denying it. Because shit, I want to call Monday. I'm going to call Houston Police Department.
This is a trip. Okay, let's go to Meg for real quick.
She's a genuine superstar rapper and Grammy winner. But today, she's in tears, reliving the moment she was shot in the foot. Video from July 2020 shows her limping, leaving a trail of blood.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just speechless because I'm watching this woman with a hole in her foot walk away. Tory Lanez said he didn't shoot her.
It might have been an accident. He might have shot at her to scare her, but you don't have control on the trajectory.
No, but he still shot her. He still shot her.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if he thought it was an accident or not.
I don't think he pointed the gun deliberately at her. That's what I'm saying. I think he just probably shot at the ground, like she said.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
Yeah. I'm trying to give him some little grace,
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, the dude who shot what was it? Takeoff. He wasn't trying to exactly try to. You see what I'm saying? But that's a murder.
Yeah.
A murder. Look at this.
Pray for your life at that time? I was really scared because I had never been shot at before.
In an exclusive interview, Megan tells Gayle King it happened as she was leaving.
I guess my point is this. Let me go back over to this. Fellas, do you really want to go down this barbaric rabbit hole? I know this guy did it. In my opinion, I just have a vibe that he did it. Let's see what happens. We're only halfway through right now. Here we go.
Well, yeah, bro. It's the situation. You know what I'm saying? Get your lick back. If you didn't do it, and this is a narrative, fight back. We encourage you to fight back. We ain't gonna, spin a narrative on you. If you didn't do this shit, bro, and you're being truly framed, or some Tory Lanez shit, then fight back. Yo, this might be a.
If it's off some Tory Lanez shit, then he's guilty. What? So is he gonna say that? I understand the argument that Tory Lanez wasn't exactly trying to shoot Megan Thee Stallion, but he did. The bullet went through her foot or in her foot. So is he going to say he accidentally, had a muscle cramp and hit her on side of the head with the brick in his hand?
I mean, I'm looking at the situation objectively. That's why I said what I said.
Oh, no. I appreciate that, actually.
Because I don't want to come off like what's the echo chamber.
Yeah, right. We don't want to sound like that. It's just the problem, and it's a great thing you brought it up because really it points out the amount of delusion we are headed for. How facts are no longer facts. Yeah, and I agree with you. I believe your point of view that you brought up is how a lot of men want to see the situation with Tory Lanez. And now they want to make this guy another Tory Lanez type martyr.
Well, I'm not giving him an excuse. I'm being objectively moral, if that makes sense. See,
yes.
The impulse of him even firing a firearm at a woman is wrong. The initial impulse. I understand he didn't deliberately point at her and try to kill her. He wasn't trying to kill her, but the bullet still, hit her.
Right.
And because he's a known felon,
right?
He got sentenced because of his prior. It's called enhancements. See, there's some things on the books where they are derailing black men who are repeated offenders. Because it's called enhancements. They take your past and use it against you. So if you didn't do all of that dirt, like he has a lengthy criminal record.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, if he didn't have a criminal record and this was his first incident, he would be out of prison right now. That's my belief.
I agree. I wonder if this guy has a record. That'd be very interesting.
Do you know if Roe confirmed that he is the suspect?
Yeah,
he looks like a woman bender. Oh yeah, we gotta ladies, we gotta call Houston PD and get some pressure on them to arrest this man.
Let's see. Let's go back to. I'm gonna go back to this other video. Let me play this other one. Right.
I'm gonna look up Houston PD tonight, and I'm gonna call in the morning. I'm on vacation. I got time for the bullshit.
I hear that. Okay, let's see here. This one right here. Okay, let me pause it real quick. In the house, your average logical thinker, Cyber is right. I heard a felon say that most guys in for decades is because their third or fourth offense. Wow.
And they also have gang enhancements as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why when they pull these guys over, they take pictures of them. They are putting them in a catalog. They take pictures of their tattoos. This is why I don't understand why, if you understand that the system is against you, wouldn't it behoove you to be what's the inconspicuous?
Right. Well, you would think you would lay low and act right.
Like what's that? What Crip Mac? He got 5.5 on his forehead. You know he in the archives of gang member.
Right.
You know he in there. And a lot of these dudes are. They got gang tattoos. They branded, and the police will take pictures of you.
That's just the amount of and men are supposed to be the logical ones.
Yeah, let the naysayers say that what I say don't make sense, not knowing that. Listen, I know a lot of people, and I've worked in a lot of places. I was even featured on a well-known station where they did an interview with me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not your average black woman.
Got it. I agree. That I agree with definitely. This is amazing. Creative. Do you have any thoughts?
The only thing I have to say is just the nerve of him. I've been trying to fix my connection coming up here, so
Yeah, girl, fix your connection.
You sound good right now.
So I want to hear if he don't deny it. What is that word? I wish Tam was here. It's like it's basically an admission of guilt. I don't know.
Yeah, let me play it and see where this goes. This video right here. Wait, sorry, my bad. Wait, hold it. Let me just play this short, and then we'll go back into the other one, because they're dilly dallying in the other one.
Now, shout out to Centered in Self-Love because they had posted some screenshots from Row Reports in regard to the man identifying himself as the person who hit her with the brick. Now, according to Row Reports, this is the man who hit her with the brick. He went on a podcast, and let me show you the podcast that he went on. According to Row Reports, he went on a podcast on Clubhouse called Little Woke Show, and an exclusive interview stating that, yeah, he was the man who basically hit her with the brick. Now, I've been trying to track down this podcast episode. I don't know if it's aired already or if it's premiering to air, but he had sat down on this show and basically just bragged about assaulting a woman. Now, when Row Reports got word that he had sat down on that interview, she had identified and said, yes, this is the man who hit me. She immediately knew it was him based off of his image. And he went ahead and privated his Instagram and his Twitter. So we know it's him. And here's some other-
not quite.
He pleading the fifth. Benji. Well, hopefully they make an example out of this brother.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. You saw how long it took for the Tory Lanez thing to come together.
Yeah, we're gonna have to follow this story, Torch.
For sure. Definitely.
Posted of him from his Instagram page before he privated it. And when she posted those images of him as well as him on that podcast, she wrote this caption. She stated, "God is good. Now that he's identified himself, I'll confirm this is the man who assaulted me." She goes on to say, "I want to preserve his name to not interfere with an active investigation or tip him off to leave the country or tamper with evidence." She said, "But y'all, he did this to himself." It's so funny how these particular men who unleash violence against women are truly a monolith sharing one brain cell. She said Tory Lanez made the same mistake. He, which I'm assuming is the guy Olin Douglas, really thinks just because he's getting support from incels that his victim is a Black woman, that he would get away with it, even while bragging. She finally finishes out and says, "This is how confident they feel in their ability to abuse Black women without consequences. They literally brag and snitch on themselves. Why do y'all think comedian Godfrey feels?" And if you didn't know, the comedian Godfrey had posted a snippet of his podcast, basically calling Row a liar and that she's pathetic, and then called her the hard C word. But yeah,
I heard it.
we'll see if Godfrey offers her an apology, and we're going to see how this investigation takes off, because the fact that this man went on a podcast bragging about it, not thinking that the police are literally looking for him, it's ridiculous.
Okay, let me pause it right there because I don't know if he was bragging about it, but he's on there. Maybe I missed something. So let me go back over to the podcast.
Yeah, I don't hear any admission of guilt at all.
Let me bring it up. Okay.
Tory Lanez Meg Thee Stallion situation and repeat. The only difference is it's not a bullet, it's a brick. Because you said, "Oh shit, I didn't hit her with the brick." I don't think she got hit with a brick. Just like how Tory said, I don't think she got shot in the foot. So yeah, bro.
Wait, maybe she's roasting him. Because we all know that Meg got shot in the foot. We saw the blood, right?
That's a whole different situation. You can't bring these two different scenarios into a parallel. Separate. Right. Remember some lives ago, I said that, most people who frequent at these Blackistan establishments, they know each other. In the streets the streets talk before the police talk. So she probably got his name through the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So hopefully she don't back down.
So I'm lost here. Like, what is the point that he's trying to make in this comparison?
It's weird, and I don't, and I know why you're lost, because basically he's insinuating that Tory Lanez was unjustly convicted.
Tory Lanez admitted it on a phone call. So I don't know, like, what these people getting this from? And then that guy too, that guy is just as guilty. Like, why would you delete your social media? Like, why would you private it if you're not guilty?
I mean, why would he even go to a podcast?
Exact, and talk about it. The nerve. That's why these people need to be locked up, because you didn't get same thing with Tory Lanez. That's what happened with Tory Lanez also. Everybody left the situation alone, and then he went on a podcast and started to make fun of Megan Thee Stallion, and that's when she charged him. And he need to get charged too.
You think that this lady Roll is going to back down? Or she gonna go to full throttle on it?
I think she gonna go to full throttle. She has too much support not to.
So basically, this guy is trying to get his support too.
Exactly. I think he's trying to capitalize on it, but he might, it might not turn in his favor.
They might have paid this guy to get on that podcast then.
Yeah, let me play Godfrey again. Hold on one second.
He looked like a woman beater anyway. Look at him. And what they don't understand is women are visual too. They want to act like men are the only visuals. We can see if a man is.
Hold on one second.
Okay.
Yeah, if you notice, they bleeped out what he said, but it's clear that's what he said. I did go to his channel and I couldn't find this live stream. I might have missed it or he hid it.
That sounds about right.
See? There's some things you don't joke about, especially when somebody has just been assaulted. So, yeah, legs for life. I don't know. He's not in jail. Not yet. Yeah, that's your average logical thinker. I at least on YouTube. This might have been TikTok. Let me go to TikTok real quick because I need to check out TikTok.
I don't even have a TikTok. Should I?
I just got one. I mean, yeah. But I never use it. Let's see here. Let me go to TikTok. Okay. Let me pause this. Oh my God. Okay. Godfrey and Rowe. No. Here's the page here. It looks like it's been stitched, but it looks like he took it down. Like other people have grabbed it. Let's see what this, let's go see what's going on here. Let me go to his channel. Let's see what this is here.
Side kicked you in the back. She would have been crying with a hump on her back.
Now I know that ain't Godfrey. Mr. Black women are disrespected, Godfrey. That there's no way. Wait a second.
Speak for yourself. Black women are disrespected. Black women are not lying when they are talking about this kind of shit. You understand? They're not crying wolf. Listen, black women are the most educated in America. The most educated, the most shit on, the most, and then they get disrespected as far as Hollywood.
I'm confused, Godfrey. I am confusion. You are more than happy to accept cookies for that basic ass take that black women are disrespected and that we're not lying about it. And then you get on the internet with your ginormous platform to accuse this black woman of lying and then also say that you would happily assault her. I'm so fucking tired of watching people use protect black women, listen to black women in order to get put on. But then when a black woman actually needs protection and support, you add on the pylon because you know it's going to get you fucking clicks and views. Was hit in the face with a brick by a man after she declined to give him her phone number, and a bunch of dudes stood around and did nothing. Now here comes Mr. Godfrey. Black women are being disrespected. Black women have no reason to lie, adding to the pylon. And now she can't even access the funds from the GoFundMe where people willingly donated in order to help her. No one was stolen from. People wanted to give her money to help her. She's not able to access it because people reported the GoFundMe even after she showed the police report and the hospital records after she was assaulted. I'm shaking. I'm so angry. This perpetual messaging that black women are not worthy of protection and that if we are the victims of abuse or mistreatment or harm, that it's our fault because you don't dress the right way, because you don't talk the right way, because you did a fucking skit one time that people didn't like, because here's the last thing I'll say. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. So thanks, Godfrey. Thanks for that.
Put a side kick you in the back.
So that apparently, just in case I interpreted it wrong, I think Lay did a very good job confirming that indeed Godfrey is full of crap. So let me go to his channel, Godfrey. Pick him up because he's popular, right? Wait a minute. Godfrey should pop up like, here we go. Where is he at? Godfrey podcast. Let's see if he left it on here. I don't know. Do you guys see it? I don't see it.
I mean, he don't want to get canceled, right?
I mean, I wouldn't. You couldn't blame him for deleting it, but the fact that he had to delete it just tells you how bad it was.
Remember, I said these guys always backpedal.
Yeah.
They don't stand on anything. They don't stand on principles. They don't have a square that they stand on. They go with the wind.
Yeah, it's not on here. But he did show us who he was. We've seen that before.
Have he ever supported black women, or is this just because he is a Z-lister celebrity? He trying to get in on the Kevin Samuels gravy train?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't even pay attention to Godfrey. You see what I'm saying? I know a guy named Godfrey, but personally, I used to work with him, but not this Godfrey. And
well, I enjoy his impersonations. Like, he's really talented.
Yeah, it's a shame he turned out to be like this. All right, let's get back to this one right here. See if the guy.
You can get 40 grand too or more for lying, bro. You can counter sue. And that's what I'm trying to say, bro. Like, if this Somali girl is out here lying on your name, bro, go ahead and counter sue, bro. You're a black American, bro. You're black. Don't let no Somali come in here and try to make money in America or for your name. Get your lick back.
But they let Chantel do it. He's not from here. That Chantel is making big bank off of black men, telling them what they want to hear. Oh, that's what it is. She's telling them what they want to hear, even when it's not when it's not true, or even when it's inflammatory, even when it's destroying the community. So let me keep it going.
You know what I'm saying? Get your lick back. If you didn't do it, and this is a narrative, fight back. We encourage you to fight back. We ain't gonna, spin a narrative on you. If you didn't do this shit, bro, and you're being truly framed or some Tory Lane shit, then fight back. Yo, this might be a Tory Lane's Meg Thee Stallion situation, and repeat. The only difference is it's not a bullet, it's a brick. Because you said, oh shit, I didn't hit her with the brick. I don't think she got hit with a brick. Just like how Tory said, I don't think she got shot in the foot. So yeah, bro, it's this situation. You don't want to end up like Tory. Tory's doing 20 years for something he ain't do.
That's false.
I mean?
Did
you hear what he said?
He got sentenced to 7. He ain't doing 20. They did the same thing with the Bill Cosby situation. And then when they found out that his accusers were white women, they went media silent.
Yep. You notice how this is a good example of the average podcast. These dudes can't tell the truth. They can't even be. I mean, it's like this. They can't tell the truth to save their life. I don't mind somebody making a mistake, but everybody knows it's been months and months. Everybody knows that Tory Lanez was not given no 20-year sentence.
You don't want to do no time for hitting no girl with a brick and you ain't do it?
That's why I need to get off this clubhouse. You right about that.
Nah, it don't got to do bro, if you're not a criminal, right? So if you're not a criminal, clubhouse ain't going to affect you.
Right.
Right? You didn't do it.
Why isn't this guy like saying, you're right, I didn't do it? Why isn't he saying that? He's got an opportunity on this platform to clear his name. We're going to see.
He left?
All right, so y'all heard that, man. Once again, that's a little woke show. He over on IG. I guess he run on Clubhouse too, and TikTok, all that good stuff. Follow Lil Woke Show. So Rhoda shared these text messages. So
this is what happened. The guy was kind of like supporting him. He's telling him, if you didn't do it, say you didn't do it, and sue her if that's true. And then instead of following the coattails of the commentator who was defending him, he gets offline.
You didn't do it. He left?
Did you hear that? You didn't do it. Let me go back a little bit more.
It's this situation. You don't want to end up like Tory. Tory's doing 20 years for something he ain't do. You know what I mean?
Bridget.
You don't want to do no time for hitting no girl with a brick and you ain't do it?
That's why I need to get off this clubhouse. You right about that.
Nah, it don't got to do bro, if you're not a criminal, right? So if you're not a criminal...
You're not a criminal, right? Yeah, Bridget, you nailed it. If I was this guy, I wouldn't. Number one, this is our problem again as black men. Why are we even going? If somebody's accusing you of bricking a woman, if a woman is accusing you of bricking a woman, the last thing you need to do is go on some stupid rinky-dink podcast. You need to lawyer up.
So Torch, he exposed himself.
Yeah,
she didn't give his name out.
Yeah, and the thing is nobody would know who he was unless he said something. So that's the weird thing.
He's nervous. He's nervous.
Yeah.
Clubhouse ain't going to affect you.
Right.
Right? You didn't do it. He left?
All right, see, y'all heard that, man. Once again, that's a Lil Woke Show. He over on IG. I guess he run on Clubhouse too, and TikTok, all that good stuff. Follow Lil Woke Show.
Welcome Hazel, Cyber, Tomas, Fiona, Miss RV, and everyone else in the house. Your average logical thinker. Heaven. Creative solutions, creative. What does your vibe tell you?
My vibe tell me that he did it. He's guilty. And since he want to get on podcasts and get on Clubhouse and get on all these social media platforms, he needs to be crucified to the full extent of the law.
Yep.
So Rhoda shared these text messages. So blank security, she texted someone saying, "Hey blank, thanks for calling again. Have you gotten a photo or image of the guy on security footage? Or even better, do you know his name? His name is Olin. But I'm gonna try again tonight. I was off last night. Do y'all know his social media or his last name? Got a friend that has a video for you. She gonna contact you. Okay, thank you. Did she hit you up? No. She still has a contact you. No. What does she have exactly? A video of dude confessing. Wow, she's amazing. She says this right here. Now that he's identified himself, I confirm this is the man who assaulted me. I wanted to preserve his name to not interfere with an active investigation or tip him off to leave the country or tamper with evidence. But y'all, he did it to himself. It's so funny how these particular men who unleash violence against black women are truly a monolith sharing one brain cell. Tory Lanez made the same mistake. He really thinks just because he's getting support from incels and that his victim is a black woman that he would get away with it even while bragging. This is how confident they are in their ability to abuse black women without consequences. They literally brag.
He said something key there.
Themselves. Olin F.
He said because it's a black woman, they believe they're gonna get away with it.
Right. That's true.
So we got to do something as far as like separation, protect the class, something.
I'm sorry, creative. What were you saying?
I was gonna say, not only that, the nerve of these people to get on social media knowing that they're guilty and even try to make fun of the situation like it's a joke. Like, it's like, I think that's the worst right there, because not only that, you're like, that's like, you're making the victim feel some kind of way, That is not something that you do. So I feel like they need to be persecuted to the full extent of the law, because you're making fun of trauma. Like, this is something that's funny. Like, being hit in the face is something that's funny. Let's talk about it online. That shit is not funny. The same thing with what Tory Lanez did. Talking about it from podcast to podcast, saying lyrics in his songs about it until he got persecuted. So the same shit needs to happen to him, Same thing. I don't give none of these guys no blies. They just need to be persecuted to set the fucking example.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad but true. But believe it or not, the more I think about this, the more it makes sense, and I'm going to tell you why. I've seen it's more of a pathology. These, I think, really, quite honestly, I'm not going to say much, and I'll tell you why, because I think Angelina would be way more qualified to explain this. But there are some people who, even to their own detriment, want to be acclaimed for horrible deeds they've done, because there's a certain type of, I want to say psychopathy, but I'm not, again, this is not my expertise, but there's a certain level of sociopathic behavior that makes them not protect themselves. They do things that they do and say things like Tory Lanez did that make things worse for them. Because think about it, Tory could have apologized and and not be in for 10 years. But he didn't do that. He did nearly the opposite.
He could have gave her hush money too. He could have just paid
Yeah.
her.
He did.
No, he
I don't
did
even
try.
think.
He did try to give hush money. He did try.
After he tried to humiliate her.
Yeah. After he tried to humiliate her. Yeah, so they don't deserve it. Like you said if a person of a higher calling would have squashed it and said sorry and you know, would have tried to make some compassion and, you know, do some righteousness for their wrongdoing. But these people don't think like that. These they're like grimy. Like they live for like the dogs. They live for like, you know, the craziness. They live for the chaos. And that's, I guess that's what they just want. Like, you know?
Exactly. It's that urge. They're letting their urges and their ego control them to a point where they end up in prison. And maybe the Tory Lanez and possibly this Brick guy is a good lesson for Black men. Like, look, if this is not, well, for all men, really, this is, if you're going to be doing stuff, if you're going to be living this kind of life, expect this kind of result. Expect to go to prison. But it's the weirdest thing. What I've noticed is when they're in this, again, when they're in this kind of mental state, I'll call it, not only do they not apologize for what they did wrong or feel remorse, but they double down. I predict that the Brick guy, unless somebody is in his corner and gets some help, whether that be legal or mental help, I guarantee you, I think he's going to double down. I guarantee you he's going to double down. I've just what I've seen.
If they want to model themselves after white men, white people pay hush money. You know, Tory Lanez paid all that money for his lawyer and still lost.
Right.
This man broke. I'm quite sure he could have paid. I'm not saying that it's right to pay somebody. I'm just giving another alternative. He could have paid her to keep his name, you know, undisclosed.
Right.
Pay to stay out of jail then.
You know, that could have worked, but I think he should have squashed it and said sorry. Because I think that goes a longer way than giving somebody money.
Yeah, that too, but he would have to give up that money. Megan Thee Stallion, she would have took it.
Okay, let me kick a quick shout out to Fiona in the house, Miss RV in the house, Bridget's in the house. Your average logical thinker is in the house. Prism's in the house. In about 25 minutes, and Mary will be on. So I'm just letting everybody know. And Mary has a show. It's very important that we don't see this as just this one incident. That it's a mindset. Let me see. Let me play the rest of this and see what we have here.
Douglas made the same mistake. A week ago, I was offered a confession video of him bragging and admitting what he did to me. Unsurprisingly, he's so proud. He thinks the court of public opinion operates the same way as the courtroom. False. You're going to jail. He really couldn't resist the attention. He thinks because these bigots are championing his demonic behavior that they can save him in the courtroom. Y'all remember Tory Lanez taunting Megan Thee Stallion, making jokes and confidently telling us, I'm not going to jail. God don't play about me. The angels, the ancestors, and the guardians got me. I just can't get over how all these abusers think and act the same exact way. Regardless, I'm grateful for their ignoramuses and their delusion. Vindication time to heal. Cheers. God is good. Brickgate or reports update. All right, so that's what you got Rhoda saying in response. You heard what dude got to say. Now I'm interested in what you got to say, man. At this point.
Wow. I mean, the thing is this is really, when will we learn that by the time it's court time it's too late. Because and that's why I guess black men, we don't like the justice system, because it hasn't been good to us. So why would he put himself in this position? But when it's gone to the judge, it's too late. I mean, this is not the first time this is going to happen, and it's not going to be the last time it happened.
I agree.
You know?
Then what do black women do then? What do we do in this type of climate? That's the number one question.
Well, it's clear that younger black women should be living an older black woman's life. What I mean is, you shop in the daytime when it's well lit. Unfortunately, you can't go out at night. Don't go to no hood clubs, at least. If you're going to go to a club, and it's still going to be dangerous, go to one that has a good reputation for protection. You know, because it's clear that my brethren don't want to protect black women. They made it clear. You've seen it. I've brought you evidence.
So basically, you're saying not only do we have to separate from the community, which is living outside of the community, we have to separate from their gatherings, their events where they frequent.
Yes. Oh, clearly, yes. Obvious. Sorry to say it's so snarkly, but yeah. It's obvious.
So what do a young lady do when she's in school with them?
Try not to be in school with them. When you say young lady, how young? And what kind of school?
Let's say high school age. Because we got some high schoolers that are being unalived by young men as well. What is the message to them?
Don't go to those schools. Try not to. Do whatever you can to not have your daughters and even your sons go to those kind of schools.
Like, for example, my daughter, she's enrolled in I think the blacks at her school is like 15%. It's quite low. Mm-hmm. But she still have those congregation of black, young boys and girls, right? In the drama that comes with it. I'm teaching her now, you don't have to be, because you're black and you guys are a minority, you don't have to run with them.
Right.
You don't have to be in their circles. You don't have to eat lunch with them. You don't have to do anything with them if you don't want to. And if you do, make it short and simple.
Exactly. And exactly. And Bridget broke it down like this. At least don't be alone with these guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think what happens is that people will catch you slipping. So don't slip. Don't be caught alone with these guys. Don't give them the benefit of the doubt. I think there's been enough evidence that it's that luxury of giving someone the benefit of the doubt is not a good idea.
I'm not gonna sit up here and lie. Black people, we have some of the best energy. You guys ever been to like festivals and block parties? Like, we have some of the best energy. It's enticing.
Yep.
Like, just to go out and see all these prosperous black people, that's a joy to experience.
Right.
So we're just gonna have to pick and choose. We're gonna have to do some
in fact,
digging of where to go.
In fact, I got something that'll help a little bit. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Be around people that have something to lose.
To lose?
Yeah. What that
Yes,
means,
yes, that's a good one.
what I mean is this, is that they have a certain level of wealth or whatever, or something they've acquired over time that, number one, it shows you that they have a certain level of mental aptitude or stability to have earned that level, and that they respect themselves enough that they don't want to lose that. Now, this obviously does not include certain entertainers or rappers and shit like that who might have money. This more goes for your average high middle class human being, if you know what I mean. So somebody who's shown character and patience and a level of class. Boom, boom. Level of class. There we go. Creative, break it down. Break it down, creative.
Oh, okay. So you always want to be with someone or be around people who got something to lose, but like DJ Torch said, because they have earned their car, they know what it is to work. They know what it is to acquire something. They know what it is to buy a house. They know what it is to keep a lease. They know what it is, to keep their surroundings clean. They know what it is not to go to jail, right? They have something to live for. They got people that's dependent on them. They got children that's dependent on them. They got their mother that's dependent on them. Every time they show up for work, they got people who love and admire them. So they have a lot to lose. So they are not going to delve into things that, that doesn't inspire them, that doesn't help them, promote them to grow, because they know that their character is on the line. The way people view them is on the line. So they're not going to indulge into anything like that. So like he said, be with someone who has something to lose.
Welcome, Miss Nurse Fancy in the house. Miss Nurse Fancy says this: I see the news is out. All those women who said she was lying. Yup. Yup. That, by the way, creative, that was very wonderfully said.
Yeah. Thanks for your comments. You got me thinking too. And this is a great conversation because we got to start getting the Black women to understand, like, be around people who got shit to lose.
Right.
Don't go to the establishments,
Yeah, I mean, well, let me make this clear though. She has a right. Ro had a right to go to a hood club if she wanted to. Unfortunately, you have to look at you can't afford to take those chances anymore with the way the climate is today.
Yeah. And like I said before, Black people got a vibe, an energy. It's enticing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
we got that juice. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie and hate on the energy that Black people exude. It's like, wow,
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes. That's for sure. That is for sure. You know something, Cyber, you might need to add these to that that discussion for Thursday.
Oh yeah, I'm getting ready. I'm going to try to entertain everybody as well, but I'm coming ready with these questions, and I'm also thinking about a new poll question, and it has to do with us exposing our participation in the destruction of the sisterhood, because we got to start talking about these conversations. Yep. in the roles that we play as Black women.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. So we're going over to Amiri, right?
Yeah. When let me double check. Let me go over there now, see if what time he starts. Oh wait. I thought. Okay, let me make sure. Wait. Yeah, it popped up here. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm gonna go because I'm subscribed to him already.
Yeah, he's live in 2 hours. It looks like
2 hours.
Yeah, it looks like it's 2 hours. Let's see. But I just wanted to go on here real quick anyway. So let's play the outro and I want everybody to enjoy their day. He changed the time.
All right.
Okay, so anyway, regardless, we leave, and I think we did an